Hi everyone, welcome back to the Violin Build and hollowing out the pegbox part 2. A few days ago I made part 1 of this video, of this process, and in that video I drilled some drill holes to help relieve some of the waste wood so it's easier to get in there with gouges and chisels. And in this part 2, this is almost the finished pegbox. In part 2 I'm going to show thinning the walls some more, smoothing out the bottom surface a little bit, and I tried to video working down into the area just in front of the scroll. Part of that video had to be scrapped because my head got in the way of the camera, and you don't want to look at the top of my head. But I did manage to capture some video of working down in this area. Actually, as I make this little intro, I've got to, there's still some work that needs to be done right there to get out some waste wood, so I'll append that to the end of the video. Also, interesting, I cut away a little bit too much wood on this surface, and to avoid risk damaging it as I work on the bottom of the scroll and possibly banging it right here, I just made a thin insert that I can put right there to help protect that edge as I work down into the box like that. So also you'll notice there you may be able to see some dings and nicks and things right here on this surface, and that's why you open the peg box first before you do the fluting, so that you don't damage the fluting. So you open peg box first and then do the fluting. And so that's going to be today's video, thinning the walls some more, a little bit of refinement of the bottom surface. You'll see me cutting this surface, and you'll see me do some cutting down here in this surface. All right, I'm gonna get to it. So I prefer holding the scroll and peg box in my hand while I'm working on it. That makes it a little more difficult to get a good video, but I'm going to try. So I'm going to work on down to this line. This is still a 5mm line, and I think the smoothing off process with a file later on will get it down closer to 4.5mm. But I'm going to get it right down to the 5mm line now. As I was about to start cutting into the area below the scroll, I realized I really needed one more drill hole. So I drilled one more hole right there, going basically straight down, just about even with the bottom of that peg hole. So now I'll start cutting that part out. Okay, so that wraps it up for part 2 of opening the peg box. I think that's finished. I may do a small amount of refinement off camera, like smoothing off the bottom surface a little more, but hopefully you were able to see a shot of working on that surface down there under the scroll and thinning the walls and working that surface there. So that wraps it up for the peg box. In the next video, I'll be fluting from here all the way around to here. And so stay tuned for that one. That wraps it up for this one.